guys, so I wanted to try doing another little makeup tutorial for you today. The one I did a couple weeks ago was for like a first day of school look, but now like we're in it. Like we're in like the 5th or 6th week at this point, and I'm not trying to impress people as much as I was before. So I'm doing a lot of messy buns in the morning, a lot of just natural hair, but then I like to put a little bit of time into doing just a really natural makeup look. So what I did today is kind of lighter coverage on the skin than I normally do, just kind of a brown natural smoky eye, and then natural lips, which you'll see at the end. I know it looks like I kissed a squid or something because it's real shiny. So if you want to see how I got this look, keep watching. I'm going to use this IT Cosmetics CC cream. This is fairly full coverage for a CC cream. It's also an anti-aging and hydrating serum, so this is kind of nice to have on your face throughout the day. I hated this when I first tried it. The first couple of times I tried it, I did not like it at all. But then I watched one of Lily Pebble's videos where she used it, and she hated it at first too, but then she watched someone else's YouTube video about how to actually apply it, and now that I know how to apply it, it's so much better. It's like YouTube inception. Now I know how to do it. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some between my fingers like this, just kind of warm it up, and then no brush or anything, just press it into my skin. And I know this seems so weird, and it's kind of strange because it'll go from looking crazy to normal, and you don't even notice when. You're like, wait a minute, why does this all of a sudden look okay? It's so odd. You just have to keep pressing it in. You can't really like blend it out with a brush. You can't really like wipe it too much. You pretty much just press it, and then all of a sudden it looks good. I don't really understand it. So everyone kept telling me this had such full coverage for a CC cream, which is why I wanted it, and I think it does a pretty good job. This makeup look is pretty easy, so I think I can do most of it in the viewfinder. It's not all that precise. You don't need to worry too much about getting it perfect. Okay, then I'm going to just go in with some concealer. This is the L'Oreal True Match Concealer. This is in the shade Light Medium Warm. Oh, and the CC cream is in the shade Medium. I think they just have like light, medium, and dark. It's supposed to kind of like adjust to your skin or whatever. So I'm going to use this underneath my eyes. You can just paint it on really easily. It's very, very blendable. And then I've got some blemishes and some breakouts kind of around my chin area. That is where I just tend to break out during that time of the month. So I'm just going to put some up here as well. And because this is a little bit more precise, I'm just going to look in my mirror over here and just dab it out underneath my eyes. And I usually get a little bit more than I wanted underneath my eyes that ever happened to. So I just kind of transfer it up here onto my eyelids, and then this will work as like a primer for my eye makeup. So it was so weird. Last night I had a dream that there was some like scary guy at our back door. Like we have a back door at the top of these weird rickety stairs. It's just kind of a weird setup. And I was having this nightmare that there was somebody back there, and I was like trying to hide from them, and my husband was gone. So right now my husband is gone, and I was just in the bathroom washing my face, and somebody knocked on that back door, and like almost no one ever does, but unless someone's like dropping off a package, and even then they usually don't drop it there. So I was like extra terrified, like, oh my gosh, like my dream is coming true. And it was 2 guys at the back door, but they were looking for my husband. They wanted to like convert us to something. So at first when I opened the door though, I was like really like, what do you want? But they were in like suits and ties and had books and stuff with them, so they didn't look scary, but I was just like, oh my gosh, my nightmare is coming true. So I was like shaking a little bit because I was like, there's someone at the back door, and we have like blinds, you know, so I wasn't sure like, should I open the blinds to see who it is, or should I just pretend like I'm not home? Like, it was kind of scary. Okay, so I needed quite a bit of concealer today because it's just not a good skin day, but I still didn't want to pack on a ton of foundation. Plus, you know, it's just Sunday, I'm just hanging out. I don't need a ton of coverage, and this is how I treat work days as well. So I am gonna set the concealer and the CC cream, but before I do that, I'm going to do my eyebrows. So I've been using this Gimme Brow by Benefit. I have the medium deep shade, and this is just the easiest, fastest way to do my eyebrows. It doesn't make them super, super defined, but it does fill them in. Oof. And just give them a little bit of a better shape. So again, this is kind of a tricky thing. I may not be able to use the viewfinder. I'd have to use this compact the whole time. But this is pretty quick. I don't care if they are completely perfect. I'm gonna get a little more product on the brush and do the other side. I probably need some more of this soon, and this has just been nice for just going to work and not really caring too much about my eyebrows being like on fleek, but it does make them look a lot better. Okay, so eyebrows are decent. Now I'm just gonna go in and powder my face with this Neutrogena Skin Clearing Mineral Powder. I think I used this in my last tutorial as well. I'm sure it's not actually skin clearing, but you know, maybe it's not gonna be like as clogging to my pores as something else. So I kind of like the coverage, and this is a good color for me. What is this? Soft Beige 50. It's pretty good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set the concealer and set that CC cream. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is this Too Cool for School, which I love this brand, Art Class by Rodin contour palette. And so it looks like this. And it's actually not very intense if you blend the colors together. So this is almost the exact same shade as Hoola Bronzer. I was kind of comparing the two, but then these two lighter shades kind of diffuse it. So if you're a little bit afraid of, you know, going too overboard with your contour, you can just use this, and it's kind of impossible to make it too dark or too heavy. So I'm just gonna use this Beauty Society contour brush, actually, and I'm just gonna blend the shades together and just do kind of a light contour. But the thing is, once you put on, you know, some fairly full coverage CC cream or foundation or whatever, you sort of make your skin look flat, and so you just want to add a little bit of dimension back into it. So that's what this is really good for. One tip is that if you are somebody who is really prone to breakouts like me, try and keep the brushes that you use on your face really clean, because this is like where I end up with the most makeup on my face, and so I do tend to break out right here if I don't keep my brushes clean. And it has been a couple days since I washed this one, so I see a little bit of texture starting to come through. I really love this Beauty Society blush, and the top actually comes off of this one, and this is the shade. It's really, really pretty. It's really natural. It just kind of gives you a nice flush to your cheeks, and it does have a little bit of shimmer in it, and so I don't even use highlighter, like especially on these days where I'm just kind of trying to go quickly through my makeup routine but look pulled together. Okay, so face is done. It only took a couple of minutes. I mean, it takes longer because I'm explaining everything, but in the morning this won't take very long. I'm also going to use Beauty Society eyeshadows. This is just like a little custom palette that I put together. You can put any eyeshadows in these really cute bamboo cases. So I have these three shades in mind. This one is called Penthouse, this one is Bamboo, and this one is Shady. If I'm just going for a really natural look, this is the little compact that I grabbed. And then what's nice about these is I actually have a couple, and I have like different looks in each one. So this one's my natural look. I have another one that has like some purples, another one that has some more like gray smoky colors. So it's kind of cool just to keep them all together like that. Okay, so I'm just going to take this shade, Penthouse, and I'm just going to apply this all over my eyelid. It's a really subtle eyeshadow. It's just kind of a faint wash of color on your eyelids. I think this is a really nice base. So you could stop there if you want. I think this like brightens up your eyes a little bit just by itself, but I'm going to go in with Bamboo just on this blending brush from Beauty Society. And just take a little bit and just go into the crease area, and I'm just going to blend it kind of as I apply it. And this color is almost like a non-color. It's just a shadow. It just gives you a bit of definition in your crease, and I really like it. So you can kind of tell this looks a little different from this one, but there's not a ton of color on it. As soon as I'm done, I'm gonna go meet my husband and his best friend and his wife and their new baby, and we're all gonna go to lunch at Lucille's. We love Lucille's. Have you ever been there? It's like Southern barbecue. I don't know like how many there are. I know it's a chain, but I don't know if it's like extends very far outside of California, but it's so good. Now I'm gonna go in with this color, Shady, and I'm just gonna do the very outer corners and just blend it out as I go. I went through a bunch of grading today. A lot of the 6th grade work was so good. Some of them are still kind of learning how to follow directions and how to follow a prompt, but some of their essays were like so insightful, and they just did such a good job. I have a good feeling about this year that they are going to really grow as writers, so I'm excited for that. Okay, so you can really see that this kind of deepened the eye look. It's not super intense. It's kind of just like a natural smoky eye, but that shady brown color did kind of intensify it a little bit. Now you could totally stop here, but I'm just gonna take that same shady color and this little teeny angled eye brush, and I'm just gonna use the eyeshadow as eyeliner. This is what I always do, actually. I'm just not a real big fan of eyeliner. It looks so good on so many people that I know, but I don't know, just looks a little bit odd on me, I think. Maybe I should just get used to it. But anyway, I normally use black, like a really dark matte black, but I think for this, just kind of more natural look, I just want to go with brown. And this is what I've been doing lately in the mornings. You know, we're 5 weeks into the school year, I think, and so no one's trying to impress anybody anymore. I'm just like, all right, this is what you get, guys. Okay, so you can see the difference. I mean, this eye is definitely more defined than this one. It's not an essential step, but if you've got a little bit of time, I like to add it. On a day like today, when I only spend about 30 seconds on my hair, then I just go ahead and put a little bit more time into my makeup. I figure you can just do one or the other. Like if your hair looks really nice, you can just rock like a totally makeup free face and I think you still look put together. But then, you know, if your hair is a little crazy like mine, I think you can just do some nice natural makeup and then you look pulled together as well. So now the last step on my eyes is some mascara, and I've been really liking this L'Oreal Telescopic Shocking Extensions mascara. It doesn't get clumpy. You can really kind of like work on the spacing of your eyelashes, I feel like. You could go over it a few times and get the spacing that you like. Okay, let's go ahead and do the other side. This might be kind of weird, but I feel like once my eye makeup is done, my eyes just look friendlier. Like I look more awake and more like ready to listen to you. So that's why I always like to do my eye makeup. When it's not done, I feel like I'm just a little more like squinty and like suspicious looking or something. I don't know. I just like the look of my eye makeup being done, so I would rather spend time on this area right here than this area right here. So it's still like a quick getting ready process. The last thing I'm gonna add is I actually just have a sample of it right here, but this is the Tarte Energy Lip Surgence. It says it's Skintuitive. It has a fairly bright tip, as you can see. I just like my cross-eyed. And so just add this. It's clear when it goes on. And you can apply it super quickly, but look how different my lips look. They're like so nice and pink now, and they just look like healthy and moisturized, but the color's not gonna fade in any weird way or anything like that. I'll have to reapply eventually, but it's not gonna give me any kind of like a weird look later. All right, so that's it. This doesn't take me too long, but again, like I said, it just kind of makes me feel a little bit more approachable and ready to interact with people. I know this is silly, but I just feel a little bit more confident when I've got a little bit of makeup on and I just kind of define my eyes and cover up a few of those spots. So if that's what it takes, just to put on a little bit of makeup in the morning just to give you a happier day and better interactions with people, then go for it. Do a little bit of makeup in the morning. Let me know in the comments down below what are some of the things that make you feel confident in the morning. If you've only got a little bit of time, what is it that you like to do just to make yourself feel a little bit more pulled together? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm gonna go make sure my back door is locked before I head out and go hang out with some friends. I am real excited for some biscuits and honey and to see a brand new little baby that smells so good, and to blow off grading and homework for a little while. So anyway, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. And every time, there's always a siren in every single video at least once.